Looks like we're going live. So welcome everyone back to another episode of Abandoned and Alone, solo play series through the Carcosa campaign, at least this time around, with Father Mateo. I'm Ian from the Mythos Busters podcast, and today I'm joined slash heckled by Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hi. I
How's your
decided to
day
bring
going?
some of my good mystic juju with me because I heard you had a rough go last time.
Yeah, the first two installments have been a little touch and go here and there, but yeah, Father Mateo things. We'll see how this one goes. Echoes of the Past is a weird one solo because I feel like initially my impressions are that it's just kind of really easy solo, which it can be, and then I had a couple of runs more recently, the last few times I played this solo where like all the enemies pop up and then you're just running around frantically and it can be a bit dodgy. I don't know what your experience has been.
My experience is entirely. I think I've played one solo campaign through Carcosa, and I always forget that you don't start with a cultist in play in solo, and that makes a giant difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Normally my thing is, oh yeah, just someone goes and takes care of that first cultist. Just that's what they do. But
Yeah. This one
but in solo,
it's
you might actually have a choice of things to do.
yeah, because I feel like I've had some solo games where I've had like one enemy show up the whole game or two, and then it's easy, and then I've had one where you draw like three enemies in a row. And even if you're a killer, like just the fact, because I think all of them spawn like not where you are, you have to get around. And unfortunately, Father Mateo is not the most mobile investigator. And he's also not the best killer around, so I'm a little bit worried, but what can you do? Can't be worse than the first two scenarios.
Can't do much, it turns out. But we're
uh,
gonna turn it around here. I have a feeling. I have
yeah,
faith.
yeah. So let's go ahead and transition to the actual game. It'd be nice if I actually captured what I want to capture. There we go. Okay, so here we are. We have one clue on the entry hall to start off because we interviewed Sebastian last time around. That's the little benefit we get from that. And we need two clues to advance Act 1. And for those who haven't played it in a while, this is the scenario where you actually don't add Doom normally. It only gets added through various effects, of which there are a lot. So after his clothesless nude experience through the Last King, where his fine clothes kept getting corroded.
You had to do the walk of shame through the party.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a sad scene.
multiple times. Hashtag where's the suits? Now he's at the historical society, trying to figure out what's going on with all this craziness. So yeah, I think that's enough intro. We could get started. Oh, except for I haven't decided on my mulligan. Let's do that. So I have Alyssa, which is seems really good for this scenario. Have a quiche, I have shriveling, I have miss, and enraptured. It's actually a pretty decent opening hand. I
Man, I
don't.
think the only thing I might consider mulliganing out of that hand is mists, but I also don't
Yeah,
think it's a mistake to keep it.
yeah, agreed. I think I might be tempted to mulligan it just to try to get my crystalline elder sign. I mean, the odds aren't great, but I don't think. Well, because I don't think there's a ton that you're actually evading in this scenario. You're actually actively chasing and killing
Yes,
anything that shows up.
exactly.
So I think miss is probably chucked. Enraptured would be nice because it's an intellect pip and it recharges my shriveling. But there's also better things I could potentially draw.
Then shrivel. What are you doing? What are you considering throwing back your shriveling?
No, the
Oh,
enraptured.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking like it's nice because it gives me more charges on shriveling, but
Sure.
it's also not like
It's
There's,
not imperative.
it's other cards that I'm looking more for. So I think I'm gonna chuck those two and draw and keep the key, Shalissa, and Shriveling.
Seems good.
So we draw Unexpected Courage.
All right.
And another Alyssa. Well, I mean, not the best like replacements, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, you could have done worse.
Yeah, Unexpected Courage is always welcome. So I think I'll start off by definitely at least getting Alyssa on the board, which pumps my intellect up to 4, which makes the Shroud 2 on this first location easier. I mean, do I just do a setup turn, get out the quiche, get out the Shriveling, and then go forth?
I think you peak with Alyssa and pivot from there.
Listen to that pro Mystic play. Or maybe that's just my bad Mystic play. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. That is exactly the whole reason why you should play Alyssa first, so that you can see what's coming, so you know exactly what to play.
Mm-hmm.
So let's peek. So that's basically going to be a Doom on the agenda, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. I mean, I could put a Doom on Alyssa to put on the bottom, and that's kind of a wash. Like, it's a Doom either way, because I don't have any ways to get rid of her Doom right now. So,
I think you can eat that just fine. If you stay on top of your cultists in this one, you can stack 2-3 Doom on the... Oh, wait, it's per player, so you only want 2.
Yeah, it's just 2 right now, so we're almost going to be advancing soon, but basically with that knowledge, what I know now is that I can hold off on playing Shriveling, really.
Cue G.I. Joe clip.
Captain Squally in the chat saying that I stitched together a crude loincloth from the remaining scraps of his clothes. Yep, that's my mental image now, as Father Mateo wandering around the Historical Society with a loincloth. Okay, so second action, I think I'll just investigate 4-2 then. And I now have 2 Elder Things in the bag, which was the consequence of going back into the dinner party. And, oh, I totally forgot to mention how I changed the deck. So I only had 2 XP, and so what I actually did is threw in a copy of Song of the Dead, because I just wasn't liking the amount of damage output Father Mateo had available. So I threw that in, and I took out Fine Clothes.
Seems good.
Yeah, with 2 XP there wasn't a lot of options available, but I actually was considering just saving it for something bigger, but I wanted to be able, this is a game of whack-a-mole, I wanted to have more options to whack those moles. Okay, let's take the test. Yep, that's a pass. 1 clue out of the 2 we need, and I think at this point it's pretty much just going to one of these first floor locations, and I'll just go to this one to the left and see what's there. This is the record office. Each enemy gets +1 fight and +1 evade here. Fortunately, I know no enemies are popping up next turn, so I can move on. We draw into miss, so there's that mist we shuffled away. Octagon automatically gives us a Doom here, but that's not actually present.
Begone, Doom! Begone.
But it is coming back. Because we can't place one of our clues on a cultist enemy, because there's none in play. So we're going to place 1 Doom on the current agenda. We will do. And then let's go ahead and peek with Alyssa, shall we?
Seems like a good thing to do.
Continue with our Mystic Pro plays. Yeah, so we are going to get a Fanatic out.
Where does he hop out? Most clues?
Yeah, so he's going to go most clues, and after he enters play, he moves 1 clue from the location to Fanatic. Actually, well, if I investigate this clue...
You can pop him anywhere.
then I can pop him anywhere. He will reveal and take a clue from somewhere and turn it into a doom.
You could
Um,
you could put him in the hall.
but I could put him in the hall or any of these quiet halls, really, which don't have clues. Like, I could pop him on the third floor, quiet hall or something, and then he's just sitting there because he's not like one of the other cultists that's actively grabbing more and more clues. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I could kind of just avoid him. Yeah, so I think that's what I'll do. As long as I get this clue, I should be okay. So let's investigate to start off.
Hey guys, remember that time we spent 2 minutes discussing strategy because of Alyssa? Yeah, good times. I like Alyssa.
Yeah.
I don't even play solo very often.
You mean the whole reason I included her in this deck? Well, besides the intellect pip, and then I immediately
Well,
forget to use it. Okay, so that was a -1, so I get that clue. So I actually have enough to advance right away. I don't remember what it does, but we'll find out.
uh,
I don't think Peabody comes
I
out
don't.
yet. I think you
No,
have to
I
go
don't think
through
it
one
does
more.
anything. Yeah, I think you just refresh. Oh no, wait, you might not want to advance because it refreshes clues, and that'll mess up what you're doing with the cultist.
Good point. Yeah, because it puts. You're right. Because each time you advance, it puts up to the like one per investigator on each historical society. I think. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we will hold off on doing that, and essentially we just have more time to. This is basically just the setup turn then. I mean, I could go and get more clues actually. I guess I still don't need shriveling, so maybe I can. But if I just wait around, then this will just refresh and I could just investigate this one too.
Also true.
I think I'll just go ahead and set up just in case I'm ready to go. I don't have to do it later. So,
Seems good.
second action gives me 3 resources for quiche. Third action, I spend 3 to get shriveling out.
I always rest easier when shriveling hits the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not that we've got anything unexpected coming up thanks to Alyssa, but
But still, yeah. Uh, okay. Oh, there's my crystalline elder sign. There we go.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and save my game because I always get so nervous when I'm streaming that it's gonna disconnect. So we will remove this doom, and we will get our friend that we know is coming. So I'm just gonna pop him up on the 3rd floor because I don't know if I'll even make it up there. And I think the rules are as soon as an enemy goes to a location, it gets flipped over, if I remember correctly. And there's no clues there, so he doesn't get one. Move these over a little bit. Okay, let's peek with Alyssa again. Although, I don't remember if the discard pile gets shuffled into the encounter deck when you advance.
I think that's when the agenda pops.
Yeah, I
How,
don't think it does
how
it
much
on the
metagaming are
act.
you allowing in this campaign? Do you want me to look?
Uh, I'll just
Just roll with it.
with Alyssa, yeah. I'll just roll with it. Hunting Shadow, spend a clue or take 2 damage. Okay, that's 2 damage coming my way. Oh, and I forgot to drop my 1 mental trauma on Mateo. But damage is coming my way unless I have a clue to spend. Okay. So we'll just know that's coming. And let's advance. So, find a record kept by one of the society's historians. Doesn't mention the King in Yellow specifically, but talks about the closing of the old theater. And there's a nice, spooky handwritten note. In terms of gameplay, we're just adding 1 clue to each revealed historical society location, which is just that one. And we'll move to Agenda 2. Mistakes of the past. Yeah, and we just need 2 more clues. So I definitely am getting a clue. So let's start doing. Well, Actually, first action,
Let's.
let's get the Elder Sign out.
I mean, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. The chaos bag could say differently.
Sure. So we're gonna get a bump to all of our stats. We're now rocking 5 intellect, 5 will, 3 combat, and 4 agility. Seems good.
God mode activated.
And we're sealing the +1 on there. As always in the previous playthroughs, I don't think there's a way to actually seal an octagon, so whenever the +1 comes up, we'll just ignore it and draw a new token.
I actually, anyone else prefer to do it that way? Because then you actually see what effect the seal has.
Yeah, that's true. I think we kind of did that during Iron Man, if I remember right. Like I sealed mine, but I think all of you were just like when you popped it, then you would just redraw.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of a good indicator because otherwise, it's sometimes that's why it's so hard to judge these seal cards because you don't actually see how often it helps you, like unless you do it that way.
Yep, exactly.
Second action, let's go 5v2. Ooh, okay. Well, let's try that again. And I'm not pitching anything.
Yeah, see, Chaos Bag said no. Just no. Hard no, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I could pitch something, but if people are wondering why I'm not, because I don't feel that desperate at the moment, then I kind of want to save it for higher shroud locations, more important stuff.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep, then that's 0, so that's a clue. So my dilemma next turn is whether I spend the clue or take the damage, and let's go there and see what happens. Okay, I got another Enraptured. Again, this Doom, it doesn't actually exist. Yep, there's the Hunting Shadow, so what would your thinking be here, Sean? Because I know which way I'm kind of leaning.
It's tough. Mateo is not what I would call robust.
Yeah.
And I feel like your ability to just suck up extra clues is pretty solid at this point. So
Yeah.
I would lean towards spending the clue right now because getting yourself in, 3 health from death range is always a risky prospect.
Yeah, agreed. So let's go ahead and spend the clue, and we'll avoid that damage. And now let's go ahead and do our Alyssa peek. Tell me what you see with your elf eyes. Oh, okay.
Furthering the Alyssa River song.
Yeah, Alyssa River song. I hate the Wizard of the Order so much.
Oh boy, that's unfortunate. Well, you found a use for your unexpected courage and shriveling now.
Yeah.
He needs to die immediately.
He's gonna go any empty location, so he could go next to wherever I am.
Yep.
I mean, the other possibility is I bury him with Alyssa, but then I'm advancing the agenda, which maybe is premature. Let's see, I'm hitting for 5v4. One of them will be 7v4, and the other will be 5v4, and he has Retaliate.
Wait, what? Why would they be different numbers?
Because I have Unexpected Courage for the first swing of Shriveling.
Oh, you only need to hit him once.
Oh, he only has 2 health. I was thinking 4 health, yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
God, if he had 4 health, he would be busted.
Okay, yeah, that should be fine then. Famous last words. Okay, so let's move here, and then we can get one investigated, maybe. And then I'll just drop the wizard in the entry hall.
Good.
Let's see what we got. This is the Historical Society, Historical Museum. And this is your intellect cannot be modified when you're investigating. Now, I always get confused about this one. To me, that means you can't like do skill boosts and commit skill cards, but something like Crystalline Elder Sign that's a passive buff is fair game, I'm assuming.
Oh, really? See, I've always played it as you just cannot boost your intellect. You're going in raw. But I've
Base
never
skill.
checked that rule or the
We need
terminology. I
Scott.
could be
Is he
wrong.
in chat?
Judge.
Oh, he is in chat. Scott ruling.
Well, let me
Yeah,
modified.
the
Let
last
me.
thing Scott was mentioning is put the wizard beside me and just crack him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pizza Goat in chat mentioning this scenario and archives are tied for best melding of theme and mechanics. Yeah, this one is an interesting one. Sometimes I feel like this scenario really hits for me in terms of like really getting across the story and theme, and sometimes it's more straightforward and not as interesting. But
Mm.
mileage may vary. Um, Elder sign boosts your intellect or modifies, Scott says. So ruling
Okay,
from
so
judge is that so you just have to go raw base skill.
okay,
Well,
okay.
that's unfortunate because that's only 3 to 2, and I can't do anything. Um, but I guess I'll just go for it then. I don't know.
The what? Remind me what special bad stuff tokens you have in the bag right now.
I have elder things, so if I fail and there's an enemy at your location, take one
Okay.
more. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So you're
there's no
good.
penalty for failing.
Ain't nothing gonna happen.
I could go searching for a better location, but it's gonna take way too many actions, so I might as well just see what I get here. I think 3v2. Oh, look at that, -1.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so
Problem
one
solved.
clue. Next round. Oh boy, that throws a wrench into my plans. Serpents of Yig
Ugh.
has just popped up. I swear, my luck with Serpents of Yig this campaign so far has been terrible.
Ooh, yikes! Yeah, that's God. I hate that they have 3 health so much. I don't know
Yeah,
why it bugs me, but just
it's
they could have 3
terrible.
fight. I wouldn't care. The 3 health just bothers me.
And now the Wizard of the Order is gonna pop out and get a Doom.
Oh boy,
Wow. Yeah, that was a thing.
things are
Um,
escalating.
yeah. So I have a couple ways to go. So I can take the Doom on the chin and it's going to advance and focus on the Serpents. Or I can move over, take the opportunity attack, blast the Wizard in the face once, hopefully successfully, put another charge in Serpents, and then I'm just going to take another attack from him.
I personally would go aggro, but I also will say that if you lose 1 or 2 agendas in this scenario, you can still be just fine.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to pick your moments where you let the cultists win carefully.
I think my temptation right now is to go aggro. That's my first inclination. But we can
Yeah,
also go ahead and peek ahead for a free action of the Lista to see
yeah, why not?
what the future has in store for us. So we won't be able to play events. No big deal. No real like events in hand right now. None actually, and not a very event focused deck in general. So
Beauty.
that doesn't really change things much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take 2 horror and 2 damage altogether in this route. But let's see, and I'm hitting 7 to 4, so I could technically fail. And if I do, I'm very in a bad place. Ugh. Yeah, I wish I had one more will pip, but the safe route would be to focus on killing these serpents. I think. And now I'm rethinking my decision because I'm
Well,
7v4. If I fail, he's gonna retaliate, and then I'm only 1 up on the subsequent test. It could get pretty ugly.
that's true. What are your odds? You'd be 7.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
so
on.
what?
I do have 4 agility though. I could get a shot at evading the serpents, then moving, then swinging.
Interesting.
I don't have to take the opportunity attack. I forgot that my agility is boosted by the elder sign, so I'm not rolling with 3.
I suppose you could stand to play without the elder thing or elder sign in the bag for a little bit, but
Yeah. Um. Hmm. And then I still have to figure out to get another. Yeah, be playing without it for a little bit. So basically, I would have both the +1 and the Elder Sign out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of leaning that way though, just in case things go badly with the wizard. That at least I don't have that extra damage and horror.
Sure.
Okay, so let's evade. Now the question is, do I pitch the miss icon, agility icon, to make it 5v2?
Well,
I
with the +1 and the Elder Sign out of the bag, your odds are better to draw your -3 or -4.
Yeah, it's kind of an important test to hit, so I think I'm gonna pitch it. 5v2. Okay. Evaded. I drew 0, so that's a successful evade. We're gonna pop over to the entry hall. The wizard comes to us because he's not aloof, at least. And then we're gonna do this big test here, hitting 7v4.
I believe in you.
That's an Olo thing. That's -2, so that's still a success, and I did not fail. So, Wizard of the Order is toast.
And don't forget to take your horror.
Yes, and take the horror. Spoken like a true mystic. Go ahead and throw that on Alyssa, 'cause she's a horror sponge.
I think true mystics would know that because they're very aware of how often they forget to take the horror after.
Yeah, that's like one of the things I forget the most in this game is those mystic spell triggers from the special tokens.
Yeah.
Okay, so we drew an astral travel, which potentially might be useful in this scenario at some point. And we draw our whispers in our head, doubt. So Mateo's starting to doubt himself. I'm starting to doubt Mateo. And I can't play event, so I can't play that astral travel until I get rid of this, but not really a big need at this point. Let's peek ahead with Alyssa, and we see another hidden card. This is cannot move more than once each turn. Dread is coming up.
That one's a problem.
Yeah, in this, have I even found any passageways yet? No, neither of these are passageways, so I'm gonna have to move up to one of the other floors at some point when I need to move to the hidden library. Because once I get Peabody, I have to connect 2 passageways essentially.
Have you beaten this without having to go to the 2nd or 3rd floor before? Is that possible? Are there passageways on the 1st floor?
Well, this is the ground. Where's the ground floor that I set aside? It would be this one. Yeah, that's a passageway. So I
look at that.
I think I have beat it actually without moving to the 2nd or 3rd floor.
Huh. And for as many times as I've played through this campaign, you learn something new every day.
So the question is how long I want the Elder Sign to be sealed. Like, do I want to go run and fight the serpents now, or do I want to focus on moving up and trying to go get a clue?
I feel like you let the serpents come to you. I mean, since we've already gone the evade route on it.
Yeah, just lean into that and try to see what
it'll save you actions to let them, hunt you for a couple turns and make it up to wherever you go.
Yeah, that's my inclination as well. So let's move once up here. Oh, and that'll reveal that. Nothing to see there really, other than you can add clues if everything is revealed. And then let's move. You feeling left or right on the 2nd floor?
Left.
Okay, let's go left. And this is not a passageway, and this is another cannot be modified.
I meant right, by the way. Right.
What does this connect to? This connects to quiet halls and a heart, which we don't have yet. Oh no, it does connect here. Interesting. So does that mean... Yeah, so the serpents are actually going to come right into my lap if I stay here. Interesting.
Weirdest sentence I've heard today.
Oh, like Voldemort with Nagini right into my lap. So do I let that happen or do I move away? Hmm. I think I kind of move away and try to see what this other second floor is. Get the clue, Peabody will pop out, and then if this is a passageway, then I should be in business. Because Peabody pops out at your location, if I remember right.
Yes. Yep.
And then the
You
hidden.
just gain control of him.
Yeah, which is going to kick out Alyssa, unfortunately, but I think at that point, I just like go full speed and try to investigate.
Oh, and actually play the game like anyone who's not running Alyssa.
And clear out the yeah. I'm already developing an Alyssa dependency now, so I think I'm gonna
That's a
move up
thing.
here. It's like it's the same like River Marth River song, Lord of the Rings. When you don't have it, then it's like I don't get to see what the encounter next is gonna do to me. I'm also moving because this is a can't modify location, which kind of sucks. So I will
Oh.
move. The serpent will move here because that's the closest. And then I will advance. Oh, and I think that's also a good move because I'm about to hit the treachery where I can only move once per turn. So it's better to get in position. Okay. Oh, Man in the Pallid Mask comes out. Don't think I'm going to be spending time trying to hit him. That's for investigators that are not riding the line as much as Mateo is. So I will put the man up here, furthest from all investigators. Okay. And
I
then
see you.
we are going to. Let's see. We're going to draw our Dread. And then let's peek ahead with Alyssa. As you do. This might be my last Alyssa use. Locked door. Okay, that's fine. As long as it doesn't hit the hidden library, we're fine. So let's not advance to the hidden library before we need to. Okay.
Seems good.
So we will move here and hope it's a passageway. If not, then I am going to have to go to the third floor, which will be a thing. It's a passageway.
Woo!
This
See, I meant
is
right. Told
yeah.
you.
Historical library. After you successfully investigate, you can take 2 horror. Remember, this is an option because it's a reaction. To discover 1 clue at this location. I mean that's actually an option.
Because you found Peabody's hidden porn stash.
The quote unquote historical library. Yeah. That sounds about right for Peabody.
Peabody seems like a dirty bird to me. I bet he's into some weird crap.
We will investigate 5e3 because now we can use our boost finally. That's a -2 because it's the older thing, so that's a success. And we have our clues.
Whew.
Um,
How hard are you chasing the stranger? Be a little bit of a thing to get up there, but you could use Peabody to passageway straight in.
that is true.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I'm gonna be chasing him that hard, just because I don't think throughout the campaign. I'm only at 1 tally so far though, which is bad. But yeah, I don't, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swing that. I mean, I could.
Well, not with that attitude.
Let's see, that'd be 2 shriveling charges. I mean, if I had my spirit athame out, I'd probably feel better about it. I'll say that much.
You could just see what the shroud is and possibly hit the investigate test.
Yeah, that's true. I am rocking 5 intellect.
Just a thought.
Yeah, it's worth thinking about. I definitely wasn't thinking about that.
I'll be right back. I gotta step away for a sec.
Okay, so if I advance here, I will get Peabody, I believe, but it does take an action. Or do I just move and try to get the hidden library done? Yeah, I guess like Sean said, I could just see what the shroud is, if it's even hittable. Or do I just push forward? Um, is the other thing I can do is just... I don't think it's worth advancing right now because I will get Peabody, which will kick out Alyssa. It'd be nice to use Alyssa one more time next turn. So is it worth doing something? To draw, so... Like take a draw action, I'm thinking. Get some more icons. I think I'm gonna do that. So let's draw. We get Fearless. That's another will icon, which is potentially helpful for something. This guy is gonna move. The Serpent of Yig is gonna move to the Quiet Halls. We're gonna advance. Not advance, but we're gonna advance our turn. Still not enough Doom. Locked Doors is gonna hit. I can just put it on. I will put it on the Historical Museum. Since that's tied for most clues. We can look with Alyssa one more time. One last time. I did a Hamilton reference for you in chat, Scott. One last time. Okay, so this is going to be cannot trigger free triggers. That's also not that bad because Alyssa's my only one and she's about to be kicked out. So let's spend our clues to advance. And for each revealed Historical Society location, add one clue up to the limit of clues. So that gets one. These are all going to get one. And then we take control of Mr. Peabody. Kick out Alyssa, unfortunately. And we put the hidden library into play. So now we're moving into the end game. We do have a little bit of time because we haven't advanced the agenda yet. We need 3 clues, which the hidden library has by itself, but we could also get it somewhere else. I think hidden library has 4 shroud, if I remember correctly. So it's a little
that is accurate.
Yeah, but it also has...
But Peabody lets you reduce it. Peabody reduces it by 1, I think.
It does, yeah. If you choose it, it gets -1 shroud, gains passageway trait. And
there it is.
I want to get the clues off of hidden library to do it because it gives me that sweet, sweet VP. So I think the only real question right now is whether to go hunt down that man in the Palin mask. And I think
you haven't even lost an agenda yet.
I'm gonna be bold and try it.
Although your path to it is a little dicey.
Yeah.
I think Peabody knows the way.
So I will spend the action to exhaust Peabody, choose a location. That location will get the passageway trait, so I can move there straight from this passageway because of what's on Act 3A. Locations of the passageway trait are connected to one another. The nice thing is if he lowers the shroud by 1, that also makes the investigate test to get rid of the man easier.
Yeah, it does.
So we will move there. Bypassing everyone. We'll use his secret passageway. So he has a porn stash and a secret passageway in there too. I don't know what this guy is up to.
Let me show you the good shit. Hey, look at that.
Ooh,
so this is -3 shroud.
Wow. Good call, Sean. Good call. I knew I brought you along for a reason. So he's at 1 shroud, so I can do this intellect test, which will be at 3 shroud, the +2 shroud, so 5e3, and I could potentially pitch some stuff if I want to.
Yeah, I should do this solo thing more often. I'm kind of good at
it. And this is Peabody's office, so it makes sense it's connected right to his stash. It's all making sense now.
Imagine the awkward moment when you stroll into his office and there's just a dude standing there. Peabody's like, hey, let me show you my secret stash. You walk in, there's a dude in a mask. What conclusion do you draw in that moment?
This is where I keep that real good stuff. Oh boy.
Mask his palate for a reason. Giggity.
About to make those cheeks red on that mask soon. Okay, so 5v3. I could chuck an Enraptured to it if I'm feeling frisky, or an Alyssa if I want to go 3 up. I do want to save some of those intellect pips for the hidden library, but.
Yeah, because you can just pivot straight from this location into the library. So
Yeah, because it's also a passageway just natively. I think I'll chuck 1 to go 3 up. Or do
3
I
up
chuck...
seems okay.
Yeah, I should probably save the other 2. Let's go 3 up. Hit it.
Woo!
Okay. So we got another tally mark on chasing the stranger, which is good. That's the end of our turn. Serpents of Yig are gonna move. Let's see what their closest is. It's gonna have to be the 3rd floor quiet halls, which is fine. And we advance. Did I peek with Alyssa at the beginning of the turn? I did. What? Oh no, I didn't, because this was the turn I had Peabody. Oh no, I don't know what's coming for once. I don't like this feeling. Ooh, drawn to the flame.
Ooh, drawn to the flame, heading into the library.
Perfect. Perfection.
That's beautiful.
Let's see what we get. I think even if we get one of those annoying cultists, it's not the end of the world because I have some time to spare. It's actually probably better than some other stuff I could draw at this point. Oh yeah, I did peek with Alyssa before I got Peabody, so I knew that was coming, which doesn't really affect anything at all, I think, for me at the moment. Yeah, nothing is a free trigger.
Ian, I don't want to alarm you or anyone, but your hand's getting a little big.
Yeah, it is.
You might need to see to that soon.
I have 3 hidden cards, which is bulking up my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and save my game in case something terrible happens in terms of technical difficulties. And then we are just gonna go ahead and now this is the first turn. We don't know what's coming next turn, but that's okay. We're just gonna Peabody it up, exhaust him. I choose you, hidden library, and we're gonna move there. That has 3 clues on it. And I think the play here is pretty much just investigating this turn and drawing to the flame next turn. Definitely don't want to draw to the flame 3rd action. That's not good policy.
Well, but you're about to just advance, aren't you?
Well,
you're about to just win.
I need 3 to advance.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
So,
okay. No, I'm with you.
I need to peel off 1 this turn, and I can throw a lot of icons into this. I'm at 5v3 right now. This is 3 because of Peabody's -1 Shroud. I mean, I might as well just throw everything to get 4 up, because that takes care of the 4, and if I draw a tentacle, Mateo can switch that around, since I haven't used the his ability yet.
It's that sense of security you just don't get with other investigators.
Yeah. This is why you get Mateo up in the morning and make him your investigator. So I'm at 7v3. -1, so that's well done. And I can put 2 charges on Shriveling because I committed 2 Enraptureds.
Wow.
Not that that's gonna do much, but it's just a bonus move. So 1 clue on Hidden Library. And now the Serpent of Yig will move. I'm trying to remember. So while an enemy is moving, Hidden Library gains the passageway trait. But the Quiet Halls it's at is not a passageway yet. So I think the move would be to Peabody's office. That would be considered closest to me because it has the passageway trait. Next turn.
When enemies are moving, doesn't everything gain passageway? Oh no, okay.
Just the Hidden Library, yeah.
I'm with it.
Okay. We now have Emergency Quiche. Still have not advanced Doom. Let's see what we get. If you have at least 3 horror on you, lose an action. That's not true, but it does surge. If you have no clues,
Ooh, this could be a problem.
this could be a real problem. If you have no clues, false lead gains surge. If you have 1 or more, test intellect 4 for each point you fail by.
Oh no, that's not what you want.
Yeah, that's gonna make things a bit more problematic, to say it mildly.
Yeah. So what? You're even on this test right now?
I'm one up. Oh yeah, I am even because I lost Alyssa. Um, yeah, so that last test was actually 3 up because I didn't have Alyssa, but I still passed. Um, yeah, and I can't pitch drawn. My only intellect pip is drawn to the flame.
No, you cannot.
I cannot.
So here we go, baby.
The problem is now I can't. Well, no. I mean, I still could potentially. Let's see. If I put the clue back, I still get drawn to the flame. That gets me 2 clues. And then I still would have. No, because I have to spend 2 actions to get rid of stupid doubt so that I can play drawn to the flame in the first place. Yeah. So, if this is failed, that means I'm going to have to deal with the serpents next turn, which are going to come to me and still get 1 more clue.
Yeah, that's fine. You got
But
shriveling despair.
I got shriveling despair, and I can always even just take an opportunity attack or something and just. I got options. Okay. So there's literally only 1 token in the bag that can pass this because I don't have a +1 or Elder Sign.
You had to say it, didn't
Well,
you?
I also have the tentacle too. The tentacle's actually on my side in this case.
The tentacle's a pass.
You've got a friend in me, says the tentacle. Okay. It is a -3, so that's a big fail. So the
Yikes.
2, which is expected. We'll go ahead and double action to get rid of Whispers in Your Head Doubt. And I think we. Do we play Draw to the Flame now and just risk it?
I don't think so, because it could turn on you in a hurry here. We're kind of teetering. Plates are wobbling, Ian.
Yeah, I don't. I'm taking a 4v4 test right now because I can't get the -1 from Peabody without spending an action. And that's not great odds either. I mean, I could try it. Or I could draw to get more icons.
Yeah, I think you might have to draw.
Yeah, because. Yeah,
I mean, you're like 50-50 on that test. Probably worse than that because you don't have an Elder Sign or a +1 in the bag.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah,
It's 4
I think
4 right now.
I think the safe play is to draw.
Yeah, let's draw. We get an Astral Travel, which doesn't do much for us, but whatever. So the Serpents of Yig will move to us, and that's gonna do a damage and a horror, which we can put on Peabody. Throw him in the way of Nagini. And next turn. Ooh, we got 2 draw to the flames. Look at that.
Well, that's a friggin' thing. Okay.
That's a thing. Let's see what we get. Okay.
Oh no! Come on now.
We're just gonna take the 2 damage from Hunting Shadow. That's fine at this point.
I mean, at this point, you just drawn to the flame twice, right?
I think so.
So yeah,
I mean, take the opportunity attacks on the chin. I mean, I can't remember all the cards that are in the counter deck, but I don't think there's too many things that would.
There's cultists. There's things that move Doom. And I think the only thing you're afraid of is another false lead.
Yeah, I think that would be the biggest problem, but I think the best move is we just do it. And if things go wrong, I still have a last action left to evade the serpent if I need to.
Should we evade the serpent first? Is that safer?
It's definitely the safer move. It prevents us from taking like 2 damage and 2 horror if things go badly. We're evading at 4v2.
And you got some
We
icons to
we
check.
can draw. We can put that up to 6v2 easily. Yeah, so let's do that first.
Evade,
6v2.
drawn, drawn.
Yeah. That's a -2, so that's an evade. And we'll start the party off with one drawn to the flame. Draw a card, which is Locked Door. Ah!
I
But
forgot that thing was in there. Oh, but it's not an investigate. It's not an investigate.
yeah, it cannot be
Woo!
investigated, but the exact wording on Drawn to the Flame is you just discover 2 clues.
Mystic
Joke's on
fuckery
you!
wins the day.
Joke's on you, Encounter Deck. And let's do it one more time. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do in Counter Deck. Okay,
Okay,
that's
that's
fine.
fine.
That's
It's
we'll
fine.
put it anywhere. I don't care. Let's put it there.
We good.
Here, you
We
can have
good.
your due. And that's it. That
Woo!
is 3 clues which we can spend. And we'll advance to the next agenda, or the back of the act, that is. And the investigators now have to decide. We've now found, look through Peabody's extra secret stash, and under the pile of dirty mags, we have found an old trinket of some kind, and now Mateo has to decide.
Yeah, right. Trinket, says Peabody with funny ear quotes. Notice how there's no sink in this room. Let's use gloves.
It's like, why is this box with the trinket in it next to a 10-ton bottle of lube? I don't know. Okay, so Mateo has to decide whether to take it or not, and I think even though I'm going overall the doubt route, I think I'm gonna take it because I believe if you take it, then, and we should know this by heart by now after doing Iron Man, but I
Yeah,
believe
no doubt.
if you take the clasp, then you get the Daniel that you don't have to fight, which is what I'm looking for. I don't want to have to fight him.
Yep. You get the one you have to truck around.
Yeah, because Mateo, he can fight a little bit, but I'm still not trusting in his fight skills totally. So I'm gonna take the clasp, which is R1, and we're gonna end up with just the 2 XP, I think, but that's fine. Yep, 2 XP. Not a high
Yeah, this one's
XP
always
campaign,
kind of lean,
but, yeah.
unless you're delving.
But overall, I thought that went pretty well, especially compared to the past 2 scenarios.
I do love it when the mystic tricks pay off, man.
Yeah.
Just drawing clues right under the nose of that locked door.
Yeah,
That's satisfying.
yeah. And you had some pro tip moments for me that helped, like going after the man in the pollen mask was something that I might not have done. I probably would have played it safe because I don't fully trust in Mateo, but it worked out.
Yeah, you know, we do what we can.
I would have to say the MVP of this play was Alyssa for sure. Just
Yeah.
that knowledge each time of knowing exactly what was coming. Just it was so good.
You know, I amend my earlier statement. G.I. Joe had it wrong. In solo, knowing is like 90% of the battle.
Seriously. And her intellect, I was rocking like 5 intellect for a lot of the scenario. That was nice. We actually didn't draw a single +1 or elder sign throughout the whole game, so the seals from the serpents and the crystalline elder sign were not a thing.
Worked perfectly.
At least this time around. Just how I planned.
Yes.
So next time around will be a big moment. The unspeakable oath for Solo Mateo. This could be a moment where I put a new Twitter poll up and decide on a new investigator to play through the rest of Carcosa. If
Man, I really hope I can make it for that one. It's going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, I see that one coming down to the very end. Oh man, I think I might. How much is Time Warp? Is 2, right?
Yes.
I think I might throw a Time Warp in there. I find it always useful in Unspeakable Oath.
I'd say that's That's probably solid.
I'm trying to find the right of those basement dungeon chambers. Oh boy, yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna be leaning heavily on those astral travels.
Whew. Ooh, well, good game.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, Sean.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for everyone in chat, and make sure you join me next time for extra tense, extra butt puckering episode.
Peabody will bring his best toys. Trinkets.
Hashtag hold your butts. Extra special episode of Abandoned and Alone.